against the Steamers. Can Memphis sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Webster. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Here we go.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. That's Webster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
1st and 10. It's Edwards-Helaire with it.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He's just gone now to make up for what he did on the first drive.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That caught by Tremble.
Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 9 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perez. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now back to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Wiggles free. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steamers have cut it back within a score.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 78 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Garner.
Complete to the 33. A pickup of 2 yards. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's brought down.
A gain of 18 on
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, it's Barry. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy. He's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield. And maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On 3rd down, Barry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Jamie Gillandale. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here in their 3rd drive. The defense is finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
Now I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Let's go.
Well, here's the call. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steamers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Perez. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it though. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Back to throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Steamers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for, they got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A drive there of just 4 plays.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Edwards-Helaire now off the option.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. where it was the visiting Browns who were able to steal one on the road. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Najee Harris, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. And then lastly, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the New England Patriots and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first two quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll try the left side. It's Barry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Steamers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. KC's offense ready to take over.
And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench, sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give right side. It's Barry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll try the left side. It's Barry, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd down.
It's Barry, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 67 yards on the ground for him so far. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on third down? You're a little off balance.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Barry, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steamers get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That time a 6-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Out now the Chiefs' offensive unit ready to do battle again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. 101 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on first down. Hensley, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
36-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Garner. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Webster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes able to get away. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes to throw. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Chiefs 20.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They will start this drive with Ford. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now, it's Barry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Hensley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, it's Barry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 110 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Barry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They'll keep it on the ground. Barry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
They run the option on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Why were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.